Hello, and today I'm back for a Carrara basically called gun modeling tutorial part 12. I'm actually going to do part 13 today. So today we're going to actually look back basically at what we've did in the past, and let me just open this up for a sec. And I'm just going to go into here. And I'm just going to go into Carrara 8 and just open this up. Go into called gun modeling tutorial. Open that up, I think. So we're going to open that up, and this is what we have actually did so far on here, was this gun right here, which is a Colt M1911, and this is what it actually ends up looking like. So now today, like, what we did is we did this part right here, and we did that part. So we did the top of this piece right here. So now what we're going to be doing today is working on more like the bullet cartridge, or so, whatever that is. So I'm going to go on top of here, go right to here, and we want to look at the cartridge. So this is what the cartridge pretty much looks like. So it kind of looks like something more like this. So that's what we want to try to aim at doing right here, is something like this. Or something more like this would be good. Something more like this would be good. But for today, I'm going to do something more like... I'm going to do something more like this right here, which will be very, very simple. So the rest of this, I'm going to probably close down. And I'm going to actually end up getting started. So first of all, we're going to start off with going into the modeling room right here. And now we're going to start off with doing this piece that comes out right here. So we're going to actually put an actual, we're actually going to actually construct an actual cube. Go down like this. Scale that down a little bit. Kind of like that. And we want it to be as slim as this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into here. Go on top of here. Move this out. Like that. And go like that. Like this, I think. And we're going to rotate that just around right there. And now what we're going to do is move this kind of right here. Go left view right there. Toggle wireframe view. Move that right about right there. Where that's touching right there. And now we're going to move this right about there. Left view. And I had to basically get some more better images of this gun. So this is how far we want it to come out right there. And I want to put this to, this thing to selection view right there. So that actually goes right about there. And it comes out right about there. Like that. Ring. We're actually going to subdivide that. We're actually going to go into here. Loop. And we're going to actually go into here and go triangulate polygon like that. We're going to go into here and we're going to go untriangulate like that. So we're going to untriangulate that pretty much. Like that pretty much. And now we're going to go to extract along edge. We're going to move that right in the middle like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go into here and we're going to select the polygons of this thing. We're going to make sure we're in selection mode. We're going to move this right about there. And we're going to do the exact same thing right about there. So that is facing that way. And now we're going to go into here and we're going to go loop right here. And we're going to kind of move that right about there. And we're going to move another one in the middle right there. So we have that now selected. And now what we're going to do is we're going to select this entire thing. We're going to go invert. And we're just going to hide that basically. Which you can go basically up here to select to view. And go hide or reveal hidden vertices. Which this is a shortcut for hide right about here and here. For shortcut for hide and reveal. Which you already seen that in previous video tutorials. Now we're going to go into here and we're going to go loop. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go into here and we're going to go move that right about there, and we're going to move another edge. So that didn't do well. So I'm just going to go into here and move that right about there, and we have that edge already selected. So now that is already selected. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into here and we're going to hit loop right here and select this entire edge right here. And now we're going to basically go into here, and we're going to go into the extract around right here, and just like go extract like this. So let me try to see how this looks first before I do any changes. So I'm going to go into here, into model, the model menu, and I'm going to go click smooth edges, and it just smooths all the edges automatically. So now I'm just going to go into here and just add smoothing to this, and that just looks just about good right there. So now I'm just going to go into here and so we had to do this piece right about here. So we have to do like kind of the piece right about here. So I had to make this even smaller, probably. Like that. I'm just gonna go CTR shift / unveil all of that. And we're just going to shrink that a little bit more like that. And we're going to go into invert. Actually, CTR, hide, like that. And now we're going to do this back piece that goes in the back right here. So what we're going to be using is we're going to be using more like a plane to do that. So I'm going to construct and construct it in an actual plane right here. Rectangle I'm going to use. This as a side reference. And I'm just going to shrink that right about there. And just go into here and just move this. And just move that right about there, I think. And just move that kind of right here. Move that right about there, I think. And now we're just going to move this right about down there. Go. We're going to move that a little bit out right about here. And reveal that right there. Go left right here. Move that. Kind of like that. Kind of fun, man. and move that on top right there. And I just want to just go into here. And just kind of just like swish this around right here to straighten this out. So just gonna hide that. So we have this thing right here. And now we're gonna do we're gonna actually go into extrude. The extrude button right here. And we're gonna end up hitting CTR extrude. We're going to make sure that link extrude is on. And we're going to extrude that to the side right about there. And go to the very top. And just place that more in the middle right there. So first of all, I'm going to go into here. So that's 0. And I'm just going to go into this thing right here. And bring the same design. Bring the x-axis to 0. Like that. To place that more in the middle. Right there. So we have that part now done. So now what we have to do is we have to do this piece that comes out right here. So we have to cut down a piece right here. And we have to bring that down right about there. Go into here. And just bring this down right about there. Kind of like that. So you want to make that little indent piece right about there. And now what we want to try to do is create another piece that comes out right here. And we want to bring this more down right about there to create that piece. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go into here and just delete this one piece. And just go like that. Slacken. Right there. And I just want to do a couple of loop cuts right there. Let's put that right there. So I'm just going to go loop. So we have that right there. So we have that right there, ready to be used. So right after what we had to do is kind of add thickness towards this, I think. But now what I'm going to do is... So now I'm just going to go extrude right here. Going to go CTR, extrude like that. Kind of like that right there. So we have that all set right there. Like that. And before I add thickness towards this, I'm going to go into here. Add that right there. Smooth that right about there. So we have that all selected. So now what we have to do is kind of add the line segments in here, I think. And that's what we need to pretty much add into here is the line segments. So show you what we're going to do after. So now since we have that all selected, we're going to go into here and we're going to go smooth right here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go into, we're going to make sure we're on vertex select mode, and we're going to go CTR and we're going to click this vertex right here and bring the entire working box grid right in the center of that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into here and I'm going to go duplicate with symmetry like that. Actually to the top right, to top right here. So duplicate symmetry like this. And now we're going to see how this is. So it kind of looks like this. So I got a general idea how this looks. But we're not going to do that yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into here, make sure that this is all selected. We're going to go into edge extraction and we're going to fix that up right there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 incisions right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into here and I'm going to do the 5 incision that's going to be used right there. So it's supposed to be like 2 incisions right. So it's supposed to be 2 incisions right here, 3 incisions right here, and 2 incisions right there. Loop. We're going to put one right here. We're going to put one right here. And now we're going to go into each one of these. And now we're going to put one right in the middle right here. And now we're going to go into each one of these and just delete those. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add, we're going to go into here and we're going to add, we're going to create a circle like that. Actually, I'm going to go into here and I want to put this right here to the bottom right there. And I want to hit the, and I want on my keyboard I'm going to hit the minus sign to make this even smaller. You see how this is getting smaller? And we're going to make that around 6 right there, because that's going to work very perfect for what we're doing for 4 poly. And now we're going to actually go into here and rotate this by the y-axis around 90. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go into here, we're going to go loop right here. We're going to make sure that we're on the section mode. And basically on the z-axis, we're going to actually go into the y-axis, right? The x-axis. So on the x-axis, we're going to take the same measurements right here. we're going to go CTRC, which is copy. And now we're going to go into here and we're going to paste the same measurements right here and go V and paste the same measurements right there. Where it's exactly the same right there. And we're going to go into our left-hand view right there. Move that right about there. And this right here. We're going to go into scale. And we're going to go scale like that. Move that right there. And we're going to move that right about there. We're going to go duplicate. And we're going to move this right about here. Duplicate. This right about here. And now we're going to go into here and we're going to go into here and so when we make sure that this is all selected, we're going to go into selection or construct and we're going to go loft right there. And that lofts all the points. Or one other way we can do this is we're going to go into here and we're just going to go actually I'm going to go into here I'm going to do an even faster way. We're going to go loop right here. We're going to select this entire thing. We're going to go construct loft. And now I'm going to select all of these vertex lines right here. And I'm just going to hit, I'm going to go all of these vertex lines right here. And I'm going to hit dissolve right there. And that's all dissolved right there. So now we're going to go into link right here. And we're going to link all these together. So that's all linked right there. And now we're going to do the exact same thing right here. We're going to go construct loft right here. And now we're going to go basically dissolved right there. And now we're going to go into link right here. Right there. And we're going to link that right about there. And we're going to do the exact same thing with this right here too. We're going to select this entire thing and we're going to go construct. And we're going to hit loft right there. And now we're going to go into here and we're just going to go into here and go link and just connect some of these vertices together. And make sure that this is like all properly connected. Like that. But first I'm going to go into here and I'm going to go loop. CTR duplicate. Move this right about there. go duplicate, move this one just about right there. Delete. Click Loft right there. And we're going to extrude that out right about there. And we're going to just go into here and just go model, fill polygon. And we're going to go into here and we're going to go vertex to center right there. And now we have that bullet case all done. Like that. So that's all done. So now what I'm going to do is go into here, make sure that this is off, and now that's all off. And now I'm going to go into here and I'm going to go right click and I'm going to go to move tool, move that, move the grid to the center of this vertex right here. I'm going to make sure I have this on. Now I'm going to go into here and select polygon, duplicate symmetry, like that. Reverse polygon normals. Just add smoothing towards this. Like that. Smooth object. And I'm going to go into here and I'm going to add sickness towards this. Bring this to 0.02. Let's try that out. So that's not going to do. So I'm going to actually increase the sickness. 0.05. Like that. That's good. So we'll keep it like that. Right there. And that's the sickness increased right there. So that's a bullet shelling right there. So now what we have to do is we have to add this top piece right here, which this is what I'm going to actually do. I'm going to actually extrude out a cube. That's going to be this top piece. That's going to represent this top piece right here. So I'm going to go to the side right here and construct an actual cube. Go into here. Let's go into here. And now we're going to go subdivide that. And now we're going to go into here. We're going to go polygon, ring. We're going to go triangulate, untriangulate right there. Now we're going to go into here, right here. But first we're going to go into here and we're going to go into here and we're going to add an indent right there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go into here. Like that, like that. Like that. kind of like that. Kind of like that right there. And just do that indent right there. That's the handgun part. So that part is now done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to construct sphere. Top-sided. We're going to rotate this. 90-degree axis. 90. So that's pretty much about it with this gun. Like, the bullet hole, the bullet screws, I kind of use basically actually spheres to represent the bullet screws right in there. And guess now the final thing I'm gonna do is kind of like the bullet that's gonna be used in this thing. The bullets right here that's gonna be used in this thing. I guess what I can end up doing right here is taking this piece right here, going into selection, and kind of just bring that in a little bit like that. But now the final thing I'm gonna do is kind of add the bullet screws right here. So I'm gonna go duplicate to this object, and I'm gonna call this call M1911 cartridge. Call M1911 cartridge right there, and I'm gonna separate the cartridge from the regular barrel right there. So this cartridge right here, I'm gonna go into here and I'm gonna go name selection. I'm gonna call this polygon. Name polygon, and I'm gonna call this cartridge. And now I'm just gonna go into here and go unselect all. I'm gonna go into here and select by name. Select by name. Burn. Delete. So that cartridge is now selected. So we got that cartridge out of the way. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go into call M1911 right here. And we're going to select this right here. And we're going to also basically name selection. We're going to name that actually cartridge right there. And we're going to name that cartridge. And now we're going to go hide all that. We're going to go into here, select by name, select polygon, and select a cartridge, and we're just going to delete that. So we have that entire piece all deleted. So the only thing that's left is a cartridge and this piece that's separating the gun. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the cartridge, and we're going to actually end up now building the bullet that's going to be used for this. So first of all, I'm going to basically turn on auto snap grid, go to top view, and now I'm going to actually select this circle piece and select the middle of that, like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to end up building the bullet piece right here that's going to be used for this. So we're going to make sure that we're on edge select mode. We're going to make sure we're on polygon. We're going to make sure that we're on polygons right here. And we're going to go CTR extrude right there. CTR extrude like this. CTR extrude like that. CTR extrude right here. And CTR extrude all the way to the top right about there, because we don't want this to be too thick. So now we're going to go into here, we're going to go loop. And now we're going to bring that out right about there. We're going to go loop again. We're going to go extrude. And we're going to go shift right there and hold down the shift key while we're extruding. Constraints extrude. And we're going to do the exact same thing all the way up to right about there. And now we're going to go extrude right here like that and hit CTR to constrain extrude on one axis. And now we're going to go constrain another extrude. And we're going to do the exact same thing right there. And now we're going to go extrude again. Like that, but we're going to hit down the shift like that. And now we're going to go into here and we're going to go weld and weld these all together like that. So we form that piece right there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to hit the thickness button towards this. But first what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that all of this is all selected. We're going to go loop, extract around edge, and we're just going to make that an extraction right there, loop. Like that. Loop. Like that pretty much. Loop. Extract along edge. Like that. So we're going to do add a couple incisions right there. And do kind of like a big fat bullet right there. And now we're going to add a thickness towards this. So we're going to add thickness towards this. So we're going to bring this at 0.020. Like that. Like that. Kind of like that. So we do that large bullet piece. But I don't want it to be that thick. So I'm going to go into here and add thickness again. 0.010. And we're going to actually add a minus sign to make this negative. Like that. So we can get that to be more like a negative piece right there. So it looks like this. So now I'm just going to go into here and I'm going to go loop right here. I'm going to go CTRD for duplicate. And now I'm just going to make the bullet piece right here. So I'm going to go into here and move that up. Go into CTR, extrude CTR like that. So I want it to be that tall. Bring that out like that. Like that. Like that, pretty much. Redo. And we're just going to extrude that out like that. Extrude that out. Kind of like that. And we're going to bring this down like this. Fill polygon. Go into here. Go this. Like that. Go into here. Go extrude. CTR like that. So we're going to go hide that, and we're going to hide all of that. And now we're going to go into here, and we're going to go into here, and we're just going to go extrude like this. And we're going to go extrude again like this. Like that. And we're going to move this down right about here. And we're going to go edge sweep right here. And we're going to move that down right there. Right about there. And there we have the bullet already done. So now we're going to take this right here. And we're going to rotate this along the x-axis. 90. Actually, negative 90. Right there. Negative 90, like that. Negative 90 like that. And we're going to move that right about there. And now we're going to actually shrink that. kind of like that. Like that. Cedar duplicate. Move this like that. Wow. Like that. Going into here. Cedar duplicate. Wow. Back. Cedar duplicate. Like that. Cedar duplicate. Like that. Cedar duplicate. Like that. Duplicate. Like that. Cedar duplicate like that, I think. And I think that's it. We have that all done. So I think that just wraps up basically for our tutorial today. Basically, I think we've pretty much covered a lot basically in this. And that's our bullet cartridge round. And I think we're pretty much done this entire tutorial on the gun modeling of this gun. I think that's a pretty good tutorial, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial a lot, and I hope you enjoyed this video a lot. I'm just going to save this, and I'm going to save this as number 13 of Call M1911 part 13 of this gun modeling tutorial. And this gun is called the Call M1911. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial a lot, and I hope this tutorial really helps you out a lot. My name is Lance, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. So thank you, goodbye. And I hope you enjoy watching this.